Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Salisha Show. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas, and I am so happy to be here with you today. I just feel so grateful. I feel so grateful. Like, I've been in a lot of pain and discomfort recently. I'm still pregnant, y'all. I am still pregnant. Even though by the time you see this episode, I probably will have met my son by then, God willing. But I'm grateful today. I'm grateful to be here at the Gotham Production Studios here in Midtown Manhattan, recording in this gorgeous studio, to have such a great team. I'm grateful that I'm having a healthy pregnancy, even though it is not easy being pregnant in New York City in the summertime. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done. And it's like hard daily. It's not like, oh, I ran a marathon and that was a hard 5 hours. No, it's like a marathon every day for 9 months. But in this moment, I feel great. I'm probably going to get kicked at some point in this episode. But I just want to say thank you for being here and for tuning in. And today's episode is about the love-hate relationship with New York City. New York City, you hear about it, you see it in movies. It's where movies and horror films are made. Anything that happens in New York City on the news, it looks crazy because it's literally where so many movies are filmed. We're on the news all the time. My family is constantly concerned. They are constantly worried that I am in great danger. But it just always looks way worse on TV. But I will tell you a story where it was actually bad in real life, in real time. And I still cannot believe that this happened. Buckle up. If you are eating, put your sandwich down or skip to the episode before or after this if you are eating. It was a dark, beautiful Friday night in Harlem. Andrew and I were going on a double date with another interracial couple who we love. And they picked the cutest little spot. I don't remember the name. Don't ask me. I wouldn't tell you if I did remember, even though you are gonna want to know. So we meet up there. We get a table for 4. We all look cute. I take off my yellow coat. It's the fall. And I put the coat on the back of my chair. We're about to order drinks, but we haven't ordered anything yet. And we're just hanging out, catching up, having a grand old time. When across the way from me, I see something fall from the ceiling. And I thought it was a light, like a light fixture. Like, what else could it be? I thought I saw a light fixture fall from the ceiling onto these people's table. And this girl screamed bloody murder, but I'd only seen it from the corner of my eye. I saw the light fall from the corner of my eye and I heard the blood curdling scream. And I looked over and I'm like, what could possibly warrant that scream? Like, it was a scream as if there was an active shooter on the premises. Like, that's how loud the scream was, and that's clearly not funny. But when I realized what it was, it makes sense to me. So I looked over at her and I'm like, why is she screaming in this nice restaurant, girl? And the light fixture was on the table, but then I realized that the light fixture had feet and legs. Whatever, they had 4 of them and a tail, and it started to run. It was not a light fixture that had fallen from the ceiling. It was a New York City rat. It was a rat. It fell in the restaurant. It fell from, it was scaling. You know how New York, there's a lot of exposed brick and exposed piping some places. It was so cute, one of those places. But a rat had been scaling the exposed piping and was looking over the edge and had fallen onto their table, and they had just gotten their food. And when this freaking rat started running, I was like, oh, hell no. And I could not have run faster in my life. The entire half of the restaurant that I was on, we all saw it at the same time. And it was a mass exodus towards the door. Like there were glasses crashing, falling over, dishes shattering. People were jumping over it. Like all these people were jumping over tables. We were like, who can get out the front door the fastest? And I was traumatized. I was so traumatized. I was so glad that we hadn't ordered anything because I would have felt compelled to stay and pay. But we got outside and we were like, what? What just happened? 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 And there was like an older woman at the table and I was like, are you okay? How are you doing? Do you need to sit down? Like we were just outside just trying to gather ourselves, okay? And then we were like, we have to leave. So the four of us immediately, like Andrew got my coat. He came outside with my coat. And we went down the street to a different restaurant. And the hostess was like, do you have a reservation? And we were like, no, we did, but it was for the restaurant down the street, but a rat just fell from the ceiling and they were like, oh, no, what restaurant? Oh my goodness, we'll seat you right away. They sat us right away. We were so traumatized. We got a glass of wine. They filled it to the top. They said, this is your trauma pour. We're so glad we could have you. It was chaos. But here's the thing. And I know, because I'm a California girl in my heart. That's where I was born and raised. And one day I'll be an Oregon girl because I think that's where we're going to raise our family. So if you don't live in New York or if you hate New York, you are not going to agree with me. But hear me out. Even though New York can kick you across the face, which it does, and that day it definitely did in its own way, this is still the most magical place. I will stand by this till the day I die. New York City is still the most magical place on earth because even though a rat might fall from the ceiling, anything is possible here. Like when I tell you the magic that I have experienced in this city, walking across the street on the Upper West Side and seeing Cicely Tyson walking by herself across the street and making sure she gets across the street safely. That's a New York moment. Sharing an elevator, about to push the button and realizing that the man closest to the elevator button is James Earl Jones. That's a New York moment. I remember James, he looked at me and he saw me see him and I was like, I'm good. I'm not going to bother him. And he said to me, did you enjoy the rain last night? And I said, I didn't know it rained. And then I got to my floor and right before I got out, I said, it was an honor to share this elevator with you. And as the doors were shutting, I was like, this is the biggest silent scream, and there was one other person in the elevator, and James Earl Jones could not see me when I was doing that, but the other person in the elevator could, and I could see him trying to keep his cool because he felt the same exact way. Like, you just never know. I remember passing Mariah Carey on the sidewalk in Central Park. The times that I've gotten to hang out with Carole King, or she's hanging out in the wings and doesn't want to come on stage when we were performing Beautiful, the Carole King musical at the Stephen Sondheim Theater on Broadway. Like, Carole King is here and the audience doesn't know. Or the times where it was the 5-year anniversary and she surprised everybody for the last number and did come out on the piano, and the audience realizing that is not the actor playing Carole King, that is the real Carole King. Where else does that kind of stuff happen? New York City. And then those are just celebrity things. What about the times where you're walking down the street and something happens and someone's food cart falls over and 9 New Yorkers run across the street to help that one man pick up his cart and put back all of the hats or the sunglasses or the whatever he's selling on the cart. Like, New Yorkers looking after New Yorkers. Me being a pregnant woman in this city, I have never felt more supported by the men in this city. Whereas before, all of the guys who would catcall me, see that I'm married and still trying to get a piece, like, all of those guys have now turned into the most respectful of men, being like, do you want this seat? I'm getting up. Sit here. Are you good? What do you need? You need me to call you a cab? Are you good, sis? Are you good? Like, feeling so supported by strangers. On the outside, New York City looks like this hard, sterile place, the concrete jungle where everyone's looking out for themselves and people are mean. But if you take a deeper look, a closer look, you realize people have this tough exterior to survive, but that everyone is very aware of what's going on, whether they have their earbuds in or not. And if somebody needs help, New Yorkers are on it. They are on it. They are looking after one another. They are taking care of each other. And you just never know. You never know who you're going to meet, if that homeless man's going to tell you the thing that you've been needing to hear, or if you're going to brush shoulders with a big movie star. I remember passing Hugh Jackman on the sidewalk on my way to bus tables and not knowing it was him and thinking, oh my gosh, who's that silver fox? And realizing, oh my gosh, that's Hugh Jackman. That's Wolverine. What? Not having any idea that 10, 11 years later, I would be working with him, hugging him on stage, him welcoming in my newborn baby to the world, introducing me and Andrew as new parents. Like, I would never have guessed that in a million years. But this is a love-hate relationship, and it's a city of dreams. There's a reason why so many movies and TV shows are set here in this place. So if you've not been, come. See how it feels for you. And maybe it's not for you, but wherever that place is for you, I hope you love it. I hope you get to inhabit a space where you get to really be you. And that's something about New York City is almost everybody here is from somewhere else. And when you're from somewhere else and you grow up around the same people, it's really easy to feel like you have to perform in a way of what's expected of you. I say the word perform because I'm a performer, but like when you grow up around the same people, people expect a certain whatever from you. And when you kind of veer outside of that box, you might get some backlash. But in New York City, everybody's from somewhere else. No one knows who you used to be. This is the place where you can find out who you really are. And this is the place where I embraced my curls. This is the place where I realized I love my alone time. It can get lonely here, but I'm an introvert. I know no one would believe that. I love being alone. I love being alone in public. One of my favorite places is the library because I get to be around a lot of people, but no one will bother me. I can just sit silently while being around others. That's my favorite thing in the world. I just love it. So that's all I got for you today. Just a little New York moment, a little New York stories, rats falling from the ceiling. And don't even get me started on the subway and train stories that I have because most of my life is spent on the subway here in New York City. And a lot of life happens on the subway. But I hope that you go out into your day, that you spread some love, that you spread some joy, that you take a moment to think about what you're grateful for today and to really sit in it and to enjoy the things that you do have. And maybe you're in a chapter of abundance. And so I pray that you attract more abundance. And if you're not, I pray that you attract abundance. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the Salisha Show. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas. Follow me on Instagram at Salisha Thomas, or follow the show on The Salisha Show. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you listen to podcasts. And also go by my website, thesalishashow.com, and try out the speak pipe that I put in there. It's where you can record like up to 90 seconds of a message to get to me, or fill out the little contact thing so I can see your message and let me know what you think, what you want to hear about, who you want to hear from. I'm still interviewing people, but I'm trying a new system because I'm on a new network. And so they're encouraging me to really like play. And I love that. This is what dreams are made of. Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. Hey. And with that, see you next week. Thank you.